some of the points to be remembered. So in microbes in human welfare. So we'll try to make it easy. So microbes in human welfare. So we have microbes in household products. In microbes in household products, mainly we have curd. First thing is curd. Nothing but coagulation of proteins. So milk is converted to curd by lactic acid bacteria, or you can also call it as lactobacillus. Right? Next, after curd we have dosa, idli. So these are also fermented with the process of fermentation. And next we have, other than dosa, idli, so we have the toddy. So toddy is kallu, we call it as, and this is also made by fermentation. So mainly anaerobic respiration, which will produce the carbon dioxide as well as ethanol, which is partial oxidation or anaerobic respiration. And we have the cheese as well. So cheese is one of the oldest food, and we have two types of cheese in this NCERT, Swiss cheese and Roquefort cheese. Swiss cheese is by Propionibacterium shermani and Roquefort cheese is by Penicillium roquefort. So which is by fungus, which is by bacteria, and this is also bacteria. And we have to remember certain numbers, like temperature higher, maybe highest 100 degrees Celsius, there also microorganisms are present, even in deeper in soil. And you can see the rod-shaped bacteria. This is bacilli, this is cocci, and this is the rod-shaped bacteria with flagella, and this is the virus. So this is the bacteriophage. So you can see the rod-shaped TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, this one is. And this is adenovirus. And these are the molds, petri dish with molds. So this is the fungal colony and this is the bacterial colony. Mainly in this chapter will mainly bears about the useful bacteria. One is lactic acid bacteria or lactobacillus, which will convert the milk to curd. Mainly you remember that will coagulate and partially digest the milk protein. Only proteins, it will act only on proteins. So you will be taking as a inoculum which consists of millions of lab. And mainly why we need a curd is rich in vitamin B12 and checking the disease causing microbes. And we have the dough, dosa, idli are fermented by bacteria only. So the puffed up dough is due to carbon dioxide gas mainly. And the metabolic pathway is mainly because of anaerobic respiration or partial oxidation. So even if you see the bread is actually fermented by yeast. We call that as baker's yeast. So Saccharomyces cerevisiae. We have number of traditional drinks also. We call it as toddy, which came from fermented sap. And in some of the countries, fermented fish, soya bean, bamboo shoots are to make food. So the cheese, which is one of the oldest, we have two cheese actually, Swiss cheese and Roquefort cheese. So Roquefort cheese, Swiss cheese is caused by Propionibacterium shermani and Roquefort cheese is ripened by the fungus Penicillium roquefort. Coming to the microbes in industrial products. So usually beverages and antibiotics are some of the examples. And we have the beverages, antibiotics and production of industrial scale. Large number of microbes are in the vessels. We call it as fermenters. These are the fermenters. And mainly we call that bread making commonly. So used in bread making and commonly called as brewer's yeast. It is used for fermenting malt, cereals and fruit juices. So wine and beer will be produced without distillation. Whiskey, brandy and rum is with distillation process. So that's why you can remember, like, we don't mix water with wine and beer while consuming, but we mix water with whiskey, brandy and rum while consuming, because these came from distilled, which is concentrated alcohol. This is diluted alcohol. And ethanol and antibiotics. If you see antibiotics, we have, which means from bacteria side it is against life, from microbes on side it is against life, but for human beings it is pro-life. So penicillin is been first discovered by Alexander Fleming, and Ernst Chain and Flore, they too explored that penicillium during World War II, and all of the three, Alexander, Flore and Chain, all the three got the Nobel Prize in the year 1945. So, and Alexander studied in Penicillium notatum. That is very, very important question. And when he is working in Staphylococci bacteria, the Penicillium notatum is not allowing the Staphylococci to grow, because the substance released by Penicillium is killing the Staphylococcus. So that's how they created the antibiotic penicillin. And later antibiotics are also created for whooping cough, Kali Kansi, and diphtheria, Gal Gotu, and leprosy, Kushtrog. Coming to the chemicals, enzymes. So here for chemicals, enzymes, remember these categories: Aspergillus niger, which citric acid, which is fungi. And we have this acetic acid, Acetobacter aceti, which means vinegar. And we have the lactic acid. Clostridium botulicum. Butyric acid. And also remember the enzymes such as streptokinase, lipases and pectinases. Lipases, they are used in detergents. Pectinases, they are used in fruit juices. And we have streptokinase, so which is got produced from Streptococcus bacteria, which is mainly meant for clotbusters. And we have cyclosporin A, which is an immunosuppressant. So graft rejection, Trichoderma polysporum. And we have statins, which is for lowering the cholesterol, which will prevent the enzyme from in the liver forming cholesterol. Statins is mainly by Monascus purpurus. And coming to the sewage treatment. So in the sewage treatment, we have two things. One is primary treatment and other one is secondary treatment. In the primary treatment, filtration and leads to sedimentation. Okay, so which is a physical process. Right? Sedimentation consists of two things: primary sludge effluent. Now we are taking this effluent to secondary treatment. So aerobic bacteria. So we are putting this in agitator. And you got two things. One is effluent and activated sludge. Okay, coming to the activated sludge, we are sending this activated sludge to anaerobic sludge digesters. So in the anaerobic sludge digesters, CH4 methane, CO2 and hydrogen sulfide. These gases are produced. And this effluent will be mixed with water. And according to Ministry of Environment and Forest, this tree-waste treatment was done on two plants, Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan. And also the anaerobic sludge digesters is going to produce the biogas. And next, how the gobar gas is produced is, so we usually taking the liquid cow dung and we are putting into a digester, anaerobic digester, and now we are putting a cover on the top. So movable cover on the top. Now with the production of gas, the cover will move to the top. Now the gas is collected separately and this gas we call it as gobar gas. The gas consists of hydrogen gas, methane and carbon dioxide, and this is the gas holder and this is the sludge, so which is used for manure. So in this way, and this is actually mainly, this technology was developed by Indian Agricultural Research Institute, Khadi and Village Industries Commission. And next, microbes in biocontrol agents. So remember the predator-prey relationship. So ladybird bug, dragonflies are used for aphids and mosquitoes. Okay, and also we have bacteria, virus and fungi. For bacteria we have Bt. For bacterial we have Bt toxin. Bt toxin is incorporated into the plants. And for fungal we have trichoderma. And for virus we have baculovirus, which is polytetrahedral virus, nucleopolytetrahedral virus. Virus is baculovirus. So this was done by Integrated Pest Management, IPM. And next, microbes as biofertilizer. So organic farming, which is done by adding nitrogen fixing bacteria in symbiotic association, or soil fixing bacteria. We have bacteria, fungi, and next thing is cyanobacteria. For bacteria, you remember Azotobacter and Baserinkia. And we have the Rhodospirillum, Rhizobium, Frankia, and fungi Mycorrhiza, which is mainly from the glomus. Which is present mainly in Pinus. Pinus will not germinate without this mycorrhizal association. And it also helps in the salinity and drought condition, and also resistance against root-borne pathogens. Cyanobacteria, Anabina, Nostoc, Oscillatoria, these are used as biofertilizers. In symbiotic association, these will fix the nitrogen. So these are the things regarding microbes in human welfare.